Hey family, what's up? This is Wala Takidan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the third video of the week, which I am making on the second day of the week. I'm still trying to upload my video from this morning, but it's not coming through because of some connection problems. But I'm really extremely inspired. My creative energy is on point. Maybe it's because of the nature that I'm hanging out around. I cannot tell, and I don't have to know. Actually, in this video, which I'm uploading later on, and there is a chance that you might find it from the second video of the week, but this is supposed to be the third video. I'm thinking of making 7 videos, because there are 7 days in a week. But I might not be consistent or disciplined in how they are going to be delivered to you, which is not a problem. So I want to talk about creative energy. It is connected to our sexual energy because it's our sexual energy that gives birth to life, especially if you are a woman. You know what I'm talking about, right? Each and every single one of the human beings that we see on this planet came out of a woman's womb. And you can tell, if I can make humans using my body and feminine energy, what else? It means by default I can create anything I want in this world, as long as I can align my energy towards the right direction, my thought, my emotion, and my overall energy. I can create the kind of realities that I want in any given point. But then when it comes to creative energy, anybody can have their creative energy in place, and they can definitely create whatever. It's like anything is possible, right? And the choices are infinite. We are in a very abundant, benevolent, beautiful universe. There is no question as to whether I can create abundance or love life, or even a teleportation experience, extraordinary, bizarre experiences. Anything is really possible as long as we align our energy. And the reason why I said woman is when you are a divine feminine, with a very balanced sexual energy and a beautiful sense of awareness, a self-realized person, we are closer to a source of creation as women than men are. I'm not saying men are not privileged in the same way, but how we are privileged is different. But then it's not only the desire to create something that helps us to create what we want. There is time in play. Time. I wanna have a beautiful love life, right? If you ask me, I've been wanting to attract a partner that I will help the planet with and expand the consciousness in this planet, because I'm a light worker and I know what I'm here to do. So if I want that, it doesn't mean it happens at the exact time that I want it to be, because the ego doesn't have patience. The ego always feels entitled, and it always says me. Okay, the ego cannot love unconditionally. As long as you are driven by your mind, you cannot love unconditionally. So in the process of creation, what is the role that time plays? For me, time doesn't exist. It's just everything is happening simultaneously, like I said early on. But then there is a concept of divine timing. Divine timing is the timing in which you are destined to have something, to do something, to be with someone, to be somewhere. I completely feel why I'm here out of Rwanda in some place, in some beautiful lake, having a good time is because of the divine timing. I am meant to be here at this time. So it's not necessarily because I want it, but I supported it with my action, with my life. Even when I was in Addis, I was supporting this futuristic event that's happening today. You know what I mean? So when it comes to creative energy, it's a process. It's definitely a process. Healing is a process. People are terrified of healing because they think there's a need to the ego to to want to have it all in a very short time, or we're used to shortcuts. We're not anymore interested in building something. I am a builder, I tell you. I mean, yeah, I'm talking about myself in these videos because I genuinely feel that it inspires. It has a very big potential to inspire, especially the young Africans and people all over the planet. Because I started from the scratch. Um, I said no to corporate world. I said no to mundane things in life. I'm not saying pleasure cannot be found in ordinary things. Actually, it's easier sometimes to find pleasure in ordinary things. But then there's a sense of who I am. I cannot deny my soul, and it's way bigger than what I see and what I hear and what I experience as a person. I am an infinite potential living in working with infinite possibilities, right? So the way to cultivate our creative energy, first of all, we have to listen. I have to listen to my being, my body, my heart, my consciousness, and of course I have to use my mind as well, not in a very exaggerated way. For me, if you ask me, I use my mind, for example, 20% of my mind. The consciousness is not the mind, it's transcendental of the mind, you know what I mean? So it seems that consciousness is within the mind. I beg to differ. For me, some people say that, but for me, consciousness is not in the mind is within the consciousness, and it has its own place and appropriate way of using it. So anyways, it's a combination of all this that leads us to think about creation, wanting to create something. So in this process of creation, we can choose the toughest, the hardest way, or the easiest way. The easiest way would be to focus on co-creation. Instead of thinking from an egoic point of view, I'm doing everything, to be humble enough to say I'm co-creating my experience with the universe, because I don't remember making money for this trip. I was just aligning my energy. I was meditating on this. I was journaling about this. I was journaling about the strangers that I would meet who would give me beautiful experiences, who would invite me over. It's a sponsored trip that I'm having. And how did it happen? Because I believe I'm worthy, and because I am flexible enough to not be fixated with the things I know. I'm ready to experience new people, new situations. So it's a co-creation. For us to co-create, we have to listen. I have to listen to the angels. What are they trying to say? As I was sitting next to the lake this morning while eating breakfast, I saw eagles, and it was just... They were going all around, and one of the eagle even came closer to my face and passed by me. It's a very lovely sign. Eagle is it's not even one of, I think it flies high above more than any other bird in the world. And it's a very sharp eyes that can see from afar. So there's a lot of a spiritual quality to an eagle, to the spirit of the eagle. And it was showing me how this rebirth is happening in my consciousness, and I'm being empowered. The angels were saying to me, we got you. You are on the right track. You don't need anything or anyone to have this experience. You just have to believe in yourself, and you just have to stay connected to your heart. So we have to listen. We listen to what is the universe telling us, and then we take action based on what we listen to, or we take action first and then listen when we're guided. And the second thing would be, so I said listening and then thinking about co-creation. We are co-creating. There's nothing that you're creating by yourself. I'm sorry for breaking down to you. You could be the president of a country. You could be a singer, a well-popular singer or painter. There's nothing that you are creating by yourself. Everything is interconnected. So there is that. You listen, you take action, and yeah, you listen, you feel and think and know that you're co-creating. And the third one is you take inspired action. You have no idea how many times I had tried to make YouTube videos and pick my phone, but then I figured that I couldn't, because that wasn't just simply inspired. I wasn't inspired enough. There was nothing that was inspiring me, but I felt I was working it out in my head. I had the need to make a YouTube video because I was identified with the label YouTuber. Look at me, since I came here, it's the nature and the healing that I experienced. I found it much effortless to make a video, even in when there is a lot of distraction around me. I'm not even paying attention because I am driven by my passion and by my knowing and understanding of doing what I want effortlessly. So we take divinely inspired action. Okay, so now I'm taking action. It's divinely inspired action. In Addis, while I was in Ethiopia, I was healing. I was learning every day. I was, I was by myself most of the time, just having some kind of solitude, doing introspection, knowing who I was, and trying to teach people. But I wasn't as much inspired than I am here, because the environment and what's going on inside of me wasn't supported by what I see in the environment, in my environment. But in here, ever since I came to Rwanda, I've met a lot of people that ended up inspiring me. This morning I've met some girl from Netherlands, and she was telling me she did biking for hours. And how many, I forgot how many kilometers, but you find people like this who overstretch themselves, their bodies, their mind, to create something in this world, to bring up the beauty in all of us. So I'm really happy to be here. So this is the third video of the week that I'm making on the second day of the week before I finish uploading the second video of the week. But bear with me. I know that you're loving this, right? I love you so much. If anything, I want every one of us to love each other, to support each other. In everything I do, I think about my family, I think about my friends, I think about the people I love and I value. So let's stick together. We need each other more than any time in the history of human beings. I wish you a very lovely time. I will speak to you later. Much love. Bye.